David. This is Lauren Applegate. This is my final of the summary of the semester, and I just wanted to come out and tell you how I feel about the semester and kind of my thoughts and what I feel that I deserve, and explain my thoughts on that. And so I think that for this semester I deserve an A. I feel like I put in all of my effort. I tried my best, and I feel that I followed the syllabus as best as possible. Here is me working on one of the VPython assignments. I think it was like VPython 2 or something. I feel like there was a lot of things that I found very confusing and very hard, but overall I feel like I was able to accomplish them and kind of overcome some of those trials that I had at first with the VPython, and then I became to actually like it, which was pretty interesting. At first I really hated it. I'm not a computer person. But anyway, so one of the things that I really enjoyed about this class was the summaries. According to your syllabus that you had, you wanted us to basically summarize how we felt the week went, and from weeks 1 to 7, and for an A you wanted us to describe what we learned, and also make a connection between what we already knew and what we didn't know, and how it could connect to our lives. And so one of the examples that I have is from Pinterest. I really enjoy Pinterest. I think it's so fun. And so, let's see. Where is my Pinterest? Here's my Pinterest. Okay. So here's my Pinterest. This is my weekly summary. I think this was for week 6. And so this is when we started to do the creative disobedience as well as do the lab. And this is also when we started working on our drafts for the controversial debate, as well as doing the technology documentaries. I learned how to screencast for the first time. So I kind of talk about how I didn't know how to screencast before, and I learned how to do that. Obviously I'm doing it again. I really enjoy it. And I've actually taught a bunch of people at my work how to do it, which is kind of funny because I'm not very good with technology. And so I also showed spiral kinematics and what I did there. I talked about our lab and how we were able to show velocity and acceleration, and I think that the weekly summaries I talked about, things that I did know, things that I didn't know, as well as what I have learned from the week and what I accomplished. I also, looking at the syllabus, saw that for the daily assignments, for an A you wanted us to complete 95% and reply to at least 8 posts from each discussion. I commented and posted in all of the daily assignments or random conversations or discussions. I posted in all of them, and I replied to at least 8 of all of them. One of the examples I think that I brought up was just one of the ones, just picking randomly, was the nature of science, and that was from week 2. And so as you can see, I'll just kind of scroll through. I'm sure you've already know this, but I made sure to post in all of them and to interact, and I asked lots of questions, and then I was able to kind of create like a dialogue and talk about what's going on and kind of make this is taking forever. But anyway, so I did post 8 to at least all of the daily assignments. Did try to add to the discussion, make it more interesting. Meet resources. To have an A, you wanted us to post at least 95% of them and add a 50-word abstract. And to also look at all the other postings and include highlights in the weekly summary. In the weekly summary, I made sure to always add something that I found really interesting. One of my favorites was the, well, I always really liked video games, but one of my favorite things that we did was the made of materials for one of our neat resources. And even though I didn't get to do invisibility because somebody already posted that, I really looked into that actually because I found it so interesting and so strange that, you know, you found all these things that I've never even heard of before. And there it is. It's a see-through coat like in Harry Potter. It's amazing. But anyway, so I always made sure to add at least 50 word abstracts to those and post to 95% of them. I think I posted to all of them. Weekly summaries, we wanted us to summarize in sections. We already went over that. I think I already did that. The semester summary, obviously I'm doing right now. The cultural science, I chose to do mine on a video on quantitative analysis that was used in the scientific field and medical field with physics. I found it on YouTube actually, but the professor is from Stanford, and I kind of wrote what I found to be interesting about his lecture and some of the thoughts that I had, and then I also did some further research and saw how that could be used in the medical field, and that was actually a really fun assignment. The controversial debate, I know this is one where I did make sure to comment onto all others, and I know that you said that you kind of changed this a little bit in section 2A, but I went along with this, and I think this is my fault, but I didn't communicate with you that I didn't really understand exactly what you were looking for, and I didn't double check the section 2A. So I did redo that and send it to you, but I did do 750 words for each side of my debate for whether extraterrestrials were involved in the creation of the Egyptian pyramids, or also that I debated that they were not involved. I made sure to add 5 sources for each side, and also to cite them throughout the paper. I added pictures to make it more interesting and relatable, and I made sure to make them even for each side, both for and against. And then same with the sources, I made 5 for that extraterrestrials were involved, and then I had 5 sources that were the extraterrestrials were not involved. And for an A, you just said read the debate, and I did, and then comment on all others, which I did also. I did not withdraw, but then, you know, just going through like each week, some of the things that we did. I'll show you some of the things that we did. One of the things that I did that I really enjoyed was the lab report. Danielle Silverstein and I worked on this, or this was just me. We did the other one together. Sorry, my mistake. The lab report, I went through and answered all of the questions that you wanted for an A. I went through and posted pictures, answered all the questions for both parts A and for B and for C, as you can see there. So I went through and did all of that to make sure that I could get an A in this class. Here I wanted to show this, because I find this really fun. This is our video game for our last project, for our group project. I feel like for the group project we really were, it's hard because it's an online class, but you really made us step out of our comfort zone and try and meet up with people and work together and be able to learn the skills to work as a group, even through difficult situations such as an online class, and really work together and put this together. So this is ours. We called it Ping Pong, and this is our video game that we did. And so Danielle Silverstein, Kimberly Copland, and Matthew Campbell and I all worked together to do this. My computer's been kind of slow today. I don't know. Maybe it'll let me because I'm doing the thing. Oh well, you'll see it. And then I just wanted to pull up some of the one of the pictures of one of the projects that we did. So here is the spiral kinematics on page 23. And I just use this as an example. I really worked really hard to try and understand both the Newtonian laws and also the mathematical analyses of how physics works, both with time and rates and velocity and acceleration, and how the motion diagrams can really make sense of that. So at first I thought the motion diagrams were really just kind of confusing, but after we've been doing them for a while and as we got into the spiral dynamics, then I was able to see, wow, this is really applicable. So there's one of the ones that I did, and I went through the process of doing the mathematical analyses, and so that's pretty much all of the, I'll just skim through all of the topics, and I thank you for a great class and for the opportunity that I had to take it and to really learn how to apply physics to daily life. I really enjoyed doing the videos where we were able to show physics and acceleration that we saw in our daily lives. I think that this class, more than a lot of others that I have taken, especially in the science field, I'm able to apply it to my life and see really how it affects me daily. You know, just driving down the street, I realize, oh, you know, this is physics. Everywhere around us is physics. So I think it's really interesting how you taught, and it's very different than other ways, but I think that overall, even though online can be very confusing, I was able to take a lot from this class. I was able to learn computer skills and read Python, and I was able to apply this to my daily life, and I'm actually showing other people how to use it at my work in the ER at Banner Gateway as well. So thank you for a wonderful class. I overall think that I deserve an A. I did my best that I could, and I followed the syllabus to the best of my knowledge, and I hope to see you next semester for Physics 2. Alright, thank you.